Andrew Aguchi is going to challenge Cesario. Sebastian is alone in the streets with money of Antonio. Malvolio is going to come in yellow stockings. Hello and welcome back to NibblePop. We are doing a thorough textual reading of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, and we will be looking at the third scene of third act in today's video. This scene is going to be specially about Antonio and his friend Sebastian. Sebastian is the brother of Viola, and Viola doesn't know Sebastian is alive, but we, the audience, know everything. And here we will see what goes on between the two friends and how that is going to have an effect on what is to come after this scene. It's going to be a very short video. Don't skip anything at all. And after you finish watching this video, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so that you get notified every time a new video comes up. This is Monami Mukherjee. Welcome once again. Now this scene 3 takes place on a random place in Illyria. It's not specified, so maybe just a street. And we have Sebastian and Antonio on stage. In the last encounter between Sebastian and Antonio, we have seen that they were parting ways. Sebastian was saying to Antonio that, okay, I have to go and check on my sister about any news about her. And Antonio had said that I have many enemies at Orsino's court and I cannot be with you. So they parted ways. Here they are seen together again. So apparently Antonio has not gone away. He is still here, and he will first try to tell Sebastian why he has not left. Sebastian begins. I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you. So Sebastian doesn't want to impose himself on Antonio. He had said in an earlier scene that I think I am a very unfortunate person, and if you are with me, if I stay with you, then I will pass on my misfortune to you. So I will be away from you. But since Antonio has decided to stick to Sebastian, Sebastian says that fine, if you love me so much, if you find so much pleasure in what you're doing, then I will not reproach you anymore. I will not ask you not to be with me. I could not stay behind you. I could not go away. So this is what Antonio is saying. My desire, more sharp than filed steel. Filed steel is, sword. Okay, so his desire is sharper than a sword. Did spur me forth. So my desire is something which had a control over me, and not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy, what might befall your travel, being skillless in these paths. So what he's trying to say is, I should have gone away, but I was worried. I was worried that you might face trouble here. You do not have the kind of skills to survive in this unfriendly place where nobody knows you, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, because Sebastian in Illyria is a stranger, nobody knows him, so he is unguided and anybody can take advantage of him, often prove rough and unhospitable. So I don't want you to face any trouble here. So I know I shouldn't have been with you here, but I could not stay away from you. So he has Sebastian's best interest in his heart. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit. So this is the main reason that I have chased you down. I have reached you again, saying that I cannot let you be alone in this strange land, in this unfriendly land where nobody knows you. My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. Sebastian is extremely grateful because, yes, of course, he must have been feeling quite lonely after Antonio had left earlier. And thanks and ever thanks, and oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. So whatever acts of kindness you are showing, I don't think I can even pay it back. I'm so unworthy. Now we have seen this thing between these two people, that they are always trying to convince the other person that the other person is more worthy, the other person is better. This is the sign of, you can say, good friendship. Both of them are very good friends, it seems. But where my worth, if I had my fortunes, if I were wealthy, as in my conscience firm, you should find better dealing, then I should have been able to pay you better. Not just economic payment, he's not talking about materialistic payment, but he's saying that he could have somehow been more useful to Antonio if he had the proper situation. So Antonio is something which he really thinks, like he feels very high about Antonio. He has such gratitude for Antonio. What is to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town? Now Sebastian is in a good mood. He has got his friend back and he is in an exploration mood. He thinks that he can go and check on the different interesting things of Illyria. Apparently we might feel that he was just talking about looking for his sister, any news about her. But here he is talking about museum hunting, rather going and seeing important things which Illyria is famous for. Tomorrow, sir. Antonio doesn't want to go today. Best first go see your lodging. So you go and see where you're going to settle down, and tomorrow we can go and watch interesting things in Illyria. I am not weary. I'm not tired. I'll just move about a bit. And it's long tonight, so we still have time till night. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city. So let's just go about watching things for which Illyria is famous for. Now Antonio tells a real reason why he cannot go on a sightseeing tour with Sebastian in Illyria. He had already hinted this, that he had enemies in Orsino's court, but now he'll give the exact reason what kind of problem he might have. Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. So whenever I'm walking the streets of Illyria, I'm facing quite a bit of a danger. Once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys, so once upon a time, he had trouble with Count Orsino's ships. He had a fight with them. I did some service of such note indeed that were I taken here, it would scarce be answered. So, well, my contribution to that fight was significant, and if somebody caught me, then it would be trouble for me. Belike you slew great number of his people. So did you kill a lot of Orsino's men who were on those ships? The offense is not of such a bloody nature. No, I didn't kill a lot of people. Albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument, but I created a situation where that kind of thing was a possibility. It could end in a rough thing. It might have since been answered. So after that fight, when Antonio and his people, they looted the ships of Orsino, then an arrangement was made. What arrangement? It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of our city did. So during those times, the rights of passage of any trade route, these seas had these trade routes. You could not simply just sail your ship across a place or near a city without the approval of the authorities. So there had to be some arrangements with Illyria so that Antonio's group, or they were also seafaring people, they could continue their traffic through that sea route So they had thought that, okay, fine, we will return whatever belongs to Orsino so that we can still enjoy, this opportunity of trade route. But Antonio refused to give up his possession. He said that no, I'm refusing to go for a compromise here. Only myself stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place, if I'm arrested here, if I'm caught here, I shall pay dear. So you have to just remember this, that there was a fight in which Antonio and his people, they took stuff from Orsino's ships, and later on an arrangement was made where those other people were forgiven because they returned whatever they took, but Antonio refused to return. Therefore, Antonio is considered an enemy of the state, and if he is arrested, then he would pay for it. That's simple. Do not then walk too open. So Sebastian doesn't want Antonio to get into trouble. It doth not fit me. No, I'm not going to walk out in the open. Hold, sir, here is my purse. So you keep my money. So he gives Sebastian his wallet, his purse. In the south suburbs at the Elephant is a lodge, an inn where they're going to stay. So he gives Sebastian the address. In the south suburbs at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will speak our diet. So I'm going to go there, order our food, whatever we're going to eat, whilst you beguile the time. So you have your tour in the meantime, and you can go and watch places and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me. So you go on your sightseeing tour of Illyria, enjoy yourself and come back to the Elephant where I'll have your dinner ready. Why I your purse? Why are you giving me your money? Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. Haply means perhaps. You'll be walking around this place, you might want to buy things, and your store, I think, is not for idle markets, and you at the moment do not have much money to spend on small little things which are not necessary. But this happens, when you go on a different kind of a place, on a tour, you want to buy things from there. So he gives Sebastian money so that Sebastian can spend some of it to buy things which he likes. Now, this is very nice and friendly, but at the same time, we ask ourselves this question that why is this brother even in a mood to go on a sightseeing tour of Illyria, even accepting money in case he wants to buy things? Because right now his focus should be to look for any news about his sister. Sebastian takes the purse, although he doesn't say that he will spend anything. He says, I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour. So I'll just go around the place for an hour and I'll come back. To the Elephant, I do remember. So they exit separately because he's going to the Elephant and Antonio is going to wait there for Sebastian. Sebastian is going out through a different exit point because he's going to go out short trip around town. All right, so with this we end this scene, and next scene is going to be very, very exciting and interesting and comic, where we will go back to Olivia's house and see what happens to Malvolio in Yellow Stockings. I hope you have enjoyed today's class, although it was a very short video. You might feel that this scene, it wasn't that important. The previous scene, it wasn't that important too. But you will find out very soon how the previous scene, where we see Andrew Aguchi preparing to write a challenge to fight Orsino's man Cesario, how that is interconnected with the scene where Sebastian and Antonio talk about going separate ways, Antonio giving money to Sebastian, and how this whole thing is finally connected to the main plot of the play. So the things which you must remember from the previous scene are: number 1, Andrew Aguchi is going to challenge Cesario. Number 2, Sebastian is alone in the streets with money of Antonio. And 3, Malvolio is going to come in yellow stockings. So we will find out soon how all these 3 are connected and how they are going to take us to that point of crescendo when the climax of confusion happens in Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. So till our next video, I thank you all for being with us. I'll catch you all very soon. Till then, this is Monami Mukherjee signing off. Stay happy, stay subscribed. Bye-bye.